Ever wondered why some buttons on your phone are larger than others? This curiosity is the essence of user experience, or UX design. UX design is not just about making things look pretty, it's about understanding user behaviors and the laws that guide them. One such law that guides these designs is Fitts Law. It's intriguing, isn't it, how a law can determine the size of a button on your phone. Stay tuned as we unravel the mystery behind the size of buttons on your phone. Welcome to the intriguing world of Fitts Law. A concept that might sound complex, but is remarkably simple and incredibly powerful when it comes to understanding user experience design. Fitts Law is a predictive model that helps us understand the time it takes for a user to move a pointer, say a mouse cursor or a finger on a touch screen, to a target area. This might be a button on a web page, an icon on a smartphone, or even a key on a keyboard. The idea is that the time required for this movement is a function of the distance to the target and the size of the target. In simpler terms, the closer and larger a target, the faster it is to click on or touch. Now, you might be wondering, who came up with this? The answer is Paul Fitts, a psychologist who first proposed this law back in the mid-20th century, in the year 1954 to be precise. Fitts was studying human motor skills, and he formulated this law as part of his research. Although it was developed in the context of physical movements, it has since found extensive application in the digital world, helping us design more intuitive and user-friendly interfaces. The beauty of Fitts Law lies in its simplicity and its universal applicability. Whether you're designing a website, an app, or a digital kiosk, understanding and applying Fitts Law can make a world of difference to how users interact with your design. Imagine a user interface with small, closely packed buttons. According to Fitts Law, users would struggle to accurately click on the buttons, leading to a frustrating experience. On the other hand, a design that incorporates larger, well-spaced buttons would be much easier and faster for users to interact with. In a nutshell, Fitts Law gives us a mathematical model to predict the user's speed of interaction with our design. It's not just about aesthetic appeal, but about creating a seamless, efficient user experience. This law might seem simple, but its implications are far-reaching. It's a powerful tool in the arsenal of every UX designer, helping us create designs that are not just visually pleasing, but also functionally efficient. Now that you know what Fitts Law is, can you see it in action around you? Let's take a moment to observe our surroundings. We interact with numerous devices and digital interfaces daily, and believe it or not, Fitts Law is subtly at work in all of them. Consider your smartphone, for instance. The buttons that you frequently use, such as the home and back buttons, are larger and located conveniently at the bottom of the screen. This is not a random choice. According to Fitts Law, the time required to move to a target area is a function of the distance to and size of the target. Hence, these buttons are designed to be larger and closer to your fingers, reducing the time and effort needed to reach them. Now, let's switch gears and think about the computer keyboard you're using. Ever wondered why the keys aren't arranged alphabetically? The QWERTY layout, which might seem arbitrary at first glance, is actually a prime example of Fitts Law in action. The most frequently used keys are strategically placed under your strongest fingers and close to each other, making typing quicker and more efficient. When it comes to website navigation, Fitts Law plays an equally important role. Websites often have their main navigation menu at the top or on the left side of the page. This is because our eyes naturally move from left to right and top to bottom, following the reading pattern of most languages. Therefore, placing the navigation menu in these areas makes it quicker and easier for users to find and click on the desired links. Ever noticed how call-to-action buttons on websites are often bigger and brighter than other elements? That's Fitts Law again. These buttons are designed to attract your attention and make it easy for you to click on them. The larger the button and the closer it is to your cursor, the faster you can click on it. Even in the world of gaming, Fitts Law holds sway. In first-person shooter games, for instance, the crosshairs at the center of the screen are a practical application of the law. The design ensures that the player can quickly aim and shoot, enhancing the gaming experience. But it's not just about digital interfaces. Fitts Law is also evident in the physical world. Think about the buttons on a television remote or a microwave. The most frequently used buttons, like the power and volume buttons on a remote or the start and stop buttons on a microwave, are often larger and centrally placed for easy access. Fitts Law is indeed everywhere around us, subtly guiding our interactions with technology. Whether it's the design of a smartphone screen, a website navigation menu, or even the layout of a computer keyboard, Fitts Law plays a pivotal role in making our interactions with technology smoother and more efficient. So the next time you pick up your smartphone or type on your keyboard, remember, Fitts Law is at work, making your life just a little bit easier. Why should UX designers care about Fitts Law, you may ask? Well, let's dive right in. Fitts Law, as we've already discussed, is a principle of human-computer interaction that predicts the time it takes for a user to point at a target area. It suggests that the larger and closer a target, the faster it is for the user to interact with it. But why is this law so critical in UX design? Imagine you're designing a digital interface, be it a website, application, or software. Your goal is to create an environment where users can navigate smoothly and accomplish their tasks quickly. Fitts Law provides a scientific basis for designing such interfaces by reducing the effort needed to navigate them. Let's say you're designing a web page. If you place important elements like call-to-action buttons or menu items in areas that are easy to reach, users can interact with them faster and more efficiently. This is Fitts Law in action, making your design more user-friendly. But it's not just about speed and efficiency. Fitts Law also plays a significant role in improving the overall user experience. When the interface is designed keeping Fitts Law in mind, users find it more intuitive and less frustrating. It minimizes cognitive load, making the user's interaction with the system feel natural and effortless. For instance, consider the design of a smartphone. The most frequently used functions like home, back, and recent apps are usually located at the bottom of the screen, within easy reach of the user's thumb. This is no coincidence. It's a conscious design choice based on Fitts Law, making these functions more accessible and the smartphone easier to use. Understanding and applying Fitts Law then can significantly boost the effectiveness of your UX design. It's like a secret weapon, helping you predict user behavior and design interfaces that are intuitive and efficient. Whether you're designing a simple website or a complex software system, Fitts Law can guide you in creating a user-friendly design that meets the user's needs and expectations. So the next time you sit down to design an interface, remember Fitts Law. Consider the size and placement of interactive elements. Think about how users will navigate your design and what you can do to facilitate this process. Fitts Law is a powerful tool in the hands of UX designers, enabling them to design more efficient and effective user interfaces. It's not just a principle of human-computer interaction, it's a guide to creating better, more user-friendly designs. So let's put it to good use and create designs that truly resonate with users. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap the key points about Fitts Law. Fitts Law is a predictive model of human movement, primarily used in human-computer interaction and ergonomics. It states that the time required to rapidly move to a target area is a function of the ratio between the distance to the target and the width of the target. In simpler terms, the closer and larger a target, the faster it is to click on. Our everyday experiences are filled with examples of Fitts Law in action. From tapping an app on our smartphones to clicking a button on a website, Fitts Law is at work, guiding our interactions with digital interfaces. It's the reason why important buttons are usually larger and closer to where our fingers naturally rest. In the realm of user experience or UX design, Fitts Law plays a critical role. Designers leverage this principle to create intuitive and user-friendly interfaces. They strategically place important elements in areas that are easy to reach and make them larger so they are easier to click or tap. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about efficiency and ease of use. Fitts Law also reminds us that not all areas of a screen are created equal. Some areas are more easily accessible than others, and this should be taken into account when designing interfaces. The corners and edges of a screen, for instance, are prime real estate because they are easier to target. Understanding and applying Fitts Law can greatly improve the user experience. It can help reduce the time and effort users need to interact with a product, making it more appealing and user-friendly. It's a valuable tool in the designer's toolkit, one that can guide the design process and inform decision-making. Remember, the goal of UX design is to make the user's interaction as simple and efficient as possible, and Fitts Law provides a scientific basis for achieving this goal. So, as we navigate the digital world, let's appreciate how Fitts Law continually shapes our interactions and experiences.